What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? I'm the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Wardlow here.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Welcome to the dive bar of the IWC for a brand new episode 1. It's time for a drink with your drinking buddies right here on Wrestling on the Rocks, where every show is our first show and every day is my birthday of all days. Now here's your host, the coercive Miss Amanda Jane.
Hi there, Marv. Happy birthday, I must say. There you go. There you go. You're so excited about this one. So, hey, guys, you know what? I'm excited. It's another episode 1 today. Yay. Oh, my God. We almost had 2, but I don't know what happened last time. But you know what? That's okay. We'll probably fuck it up again because, you know, that's our thing. But anyways, without further ado, we have some friends joining us today. So not only do you get Ref Marsh, but look who else you get.
Ta-da.
It's a Wild Bishop out in the streets.
That's me.
Yep, there he is from TW Podcast. Yes. So how you doing, Bishop?
I'm good. Glad to be here. It's been a couple weeks since we all got together, but when I got the bat signal today, I was like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Let's talk some wrestling.
There we go.
Yeah, doing good.
Throw the horns. Throw the horns up. And Marsh, how you doing over there?
All right. I was listening to Bishop's terrible wrestling podcast. He's all fucking loving it all. It's insane.
Oh no. Oh my. So
it's not true. It's not what I said.
Uh-oh.
It is. You're like, oh, it's a great time to be alive. You're doing some CM Punk bullshit. What a time to be alive in Houston on Raw.
I've never once said it's a great time. It's a great time to be alive and listen to some CM Punk bullshit.
That's basically what you're doing.
Hard pass. I'd rather hang myself with a Chinese jump rope.
What's different about those
What makes it jump
ropes?
rope Chinese? I don't
It's that thin one.
Oh.
I don't know. It's got to be racist somehow. I don't know. It does.
Is it made out of chopsticks?
No.
Oh,
Way
It's
she
just
said it, I
really
mean,
thin.
it sounded like it was, you know.
so it's just ramen.
I know it's ramen. Really hard ramen. You know. I don't know. I never have thought about that, but it is racist. So you know.
It sounds
Okay.
like
Yeah, just kind of think
Like,
that way.
shout out to the Oriental people.
right.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm a rug or ramen. Either way. Oh yeah. So
Here we go.
let's get these birthdays out of the way because there's not that many.
Well, how are we going to cheers a
Most people
birthday?
Yeah. Most of the people
How
are not alive.
can we cheer the birthdays?
Do we cheer the birthdays? We can. Because I fucked it up again. And I'm gonna ask Bishop what's in his class.
What better way to enjoy something off the rails than some Fresca?
Oh. Interesting choice.
I'm Googling Fresca right now. The
You know, so I had this growing up because it was no caffeine.
grapefruit soda?
Yeah, it was no caffeine, no sugar. So that's what I was allowed to have my first exposure as soda as a kid.
Oh.
No, it didn't.
Man, it
have
smells so good. I haven't had this in like years. A grocery store just opened around the corner from me, so there was several 6-packs on sale. It was buy 2 get 3 free. So I got
Oh.
5 for the price of 2.
Love those sales.
And I don't need that much Sprite Zero. So I was like, you know what? I'll grab a Fresca and a Cherry Coke and 3 Sprite Zeros. So that's what I did. So cheers.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Little grapefruit
Bishop.
action.
What are you drinking?
Why you called me? He just told you what he's drinking.
Oh my God.
going
You think
on
I'm
here?
drinking something or smoking something? All I have is a freaking cranberry bliss bar next to me with my
Last week,
Yeah.
fucking Marv fucked up the intro immediately, and then you've gone and headbutted his whole opening segment.
Yay! We're episode
I'm having
one.
just a shot of scotch in a seltzer water and ginger ale soda kind of thing. It's just kind of a light little thing I can sip throughout.
There you go. There you go.
So it's
Well,
kind of like a
what
water-
brand of ginger ale?
Canada Dry. I only get
Okay.
Canadian stuff now.
It's not too
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? I think we should be now sponsored by the Coca-Cola Company because
Because fuck Pepsi and anyone who enjoys
Pepsi.
Pepsi and anyone who tattoos Pepsi. Fuck all things Pepsi.
yes.
If you see Pepsi, you fuck it.
Yeah,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
a grapefruit.
Yep. Yeah. And something you can sip on all night. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. What do you
Yeah,
drink?
so-
What do you here?
So up yours, Phil Brooks. Anyways, I just love to say that. Anyway,
What are you drinking though?
I'm drinking a Coke, can of Coke. That's why I said we should be sponsored, not sponsored by Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola Company.
That's a good call. Good call.
Yeah, because we each are drinking a different product of theirs, you know?
That's
It's
true.
only
So
fitting.
Coke.
Only fitting. All right. So going through the birthdays right now, you know, Alpha, happy birthday. I told you he's not around. Then the Bella twins, Nikki and Bree.
Which one?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah, both.
What do you got?
Surprising. You know what? If you are you really twins if one was born on like let's just say like 11:30 and then your sibling comes out on like 12:02? That would be kind of cool. I don't know. My mind works in weird ways.
I feel like I met a twins like that once where they were twins, but it was all like, they were even hammered home more so the younger one because they had like 2 separate birthdays. But
Yeah. Yeah, but it should be celebrate both at the same time. But you know what? That's just me. You know how it is. Shane Douglas, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Shingo Takagi. BFAB, celebrating a birthday. Someone another set of twins who shouldn't have been fired from Ring of Honor because it was stupid, Tony Khan. Remember the boys with Dalton Castle, boy 1 and boy 2?
Oh my
Brandon Tate and Brent Tate. Happy birthday. We've
He's
got
never
here,
doing anything since. Get out of here with that bullshit.
yeah,
Cheers.
Elias.
Happy birthday.
Mhm.
Why'd they get fired?
Because did you watch what they did, dude?
No.
It wasn't worth watching.
Rude. No, I can't remember why, but all of a sudden they were told not to come to TV. And they were. But who knows? This snowman does weird things, but I'm not gonna. I think he'll keep going. One of fucking friend of the show, Roy, Juventud Carrera. Happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday.
Nice.
Anthony Agogo, who totally just walked off the face of the earth over there at AEW. Oh, my goodness. Beth Phoenix. Happy
Oh, that's
birthday.
good. Yeah, happy birthday, Beth.
I really miss her on the damn NXT commentary. Okay? Booker needs to go. Again, I need to start some kind of petition or something. Needs to go.
Yeah. She was one of the commentators that never got the respect she deserved on it.
No. Adrian Quest from LA, indie wrestler down there, went through Santino Brothers. If you guys know who Santino Brothers, that was the home of Brody King. He learned how to wrestle there, as well as Flash in the Past, Jake Atlas. Miss Jake Atlas on the road. Let's see here. We don't know who that is. Ivory, happy birthday, along with Maven. And finally, I'm saving this one because, it's a teaser for our segment about reading books about wrestling or whatever we're calling it. Happy birthday to Sumi Sakai. Sumi Sakai's awesome. I love Sumi. She's a really awesome person. But you'll hear more about her when we do the other segment. So, guys, that's their happy birthdays. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. So,
Let's see.
so what's the deal? What's going on? What are we breaking down today?
Well, lots of things to break down. I guess the PWI Women's 250 came out.
Yeah, that was
And
awful.
I don't know. Do they judge the women on with the same level on categories as they do the men?
I couldn't
Or-
tell you how any of it's judged at all anymore, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there was a.
Excuse me.
I know that there used to be a big panel, and I used to do a podcast with the guy who created the original 500 list, and we talked about how it originally started, and it really was kind of a few, insider and expert types who were really talking about, where they're going and, the kind of notoriety they're gaining and what's their future look like and all these kind of like things. And nowadays you look at them and you just kind of going like, okay, so that's the number 2, number 3. Saya Kamitani
I don't know who she
is a number 3 in women's wrestler in the world on what metric?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you judge it. You got Mercedes number 1, Tony Storm's number 2, and then Saya. She's above every other woman you're thinking of right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's the top 3 best and most powerful or successful women in all of wrestling right now. You know what I mean? I just don't understand where they're grabbing at this point.
Yeah. It's really weird because I don't know, personally myself, I don't think Mercedes should even be in the top 10. Just because you give her a bunch of belts and money does not make you number 1. Because I haven't seen a decent match that she's done.
Right. I don't know that I would say she doesn't belong in the top 10, but I couldn't tell you why she's number 1.
Yeah.
It's I don't get what they're doing. So yeah, I have no idea. Those are the big ones,
Yeah.
Those are their big 3. I mean, in the top 10, when you get into it, I mean, after that, number 4, Tiffany Stratton, 5, Stephanie McCourt, 6, Io Sky, 7, Athena, 8, Sari, 9, Naomi, 10, Rhea Ripley. That's your top 10.
Athena should be up higher, man. She not only is she the real face of ROH, but damn, she's done great work all year as she has the previous years. So that's kind of silly, but
And they
She's
put value
already-
on title wins because Julia's ahead of Roxanne Perez. And
Yeah.
no one's put on more matches or been more consistent as a women's performer than Roxanne Perez.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
honest to God at this point, because there's been a lot of times where I've been like, oh, this person should be above that person. There's, I don't know, this is number 1 and 2 is pretty close. Like this is one where the first 10, I'm like, what the fuck is this list? Who wrote
Yeah.
it? Who watches wrestling that's doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
Yeah. And why is Rio so high up? She's like 34.
I mean, Nia Jax is 13.
I know. I just saw that.
What
I'm
has
like,
she done?
what?
what has she done in the past 5 years?
Who?
Like notably, Nia Jax. What has she done in the past 3
Jax?
years?
I don't
Notably,
know. I don't
she's
know.
appeared a few times. She's had a couple things.
Mhm.
She's
She
in
looks
a
good
couple of
with.
tags.
She looks good with
Lash
Lash
Legend.
Legend, though. That's a good pairing.
Yeah, but
I
that's
did
for
finally
next year.
watch. That is for next year for one. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
I
they
know.
Their
But I
shit
hear
was
you,
like
yeah.
June to June or some shit. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was their other thing. Was that like at the time Becky Lynch was like out, so she
So
doesn't
they're
count.
October to September. They're not
Oh,
even
okay.
August to July like the
Okay.
men's is.
Like
Yeah.
the men's.
Yeah.
One
Because they're busy
person
watching
who-
men's wrestling. They can't be asking about the women.
Yep.
Like what the fuck?
You know,
No.
53 is Jade Cargill. I kind of, yeah.
She should be in the top 100 somewhere. But yeah, I don't. Like I said, if your top 10 looks like that, I'm just kind of like, I don't know where the fuck you're going with any of this.
No. And another person who, 2 people that I think are kind of low, Marina Shafir and Bailey. They're kind of
Of
low.
course, Bailey's low. I don't even see her on this one.
Oh, she's
I mean, I'm sure
number,
she's in there.
70.
Jesus Christ.
And fucking Natty is 74. Lash Legend is above her. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Her yeah.
Loki
her-
Legend
her-
shit just itself.
Yeah, her Bloodsport shit alone puts her in the
Mhm.
top 20.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ex-
Exactly.
100%, dude.
I don't know. And why you gotta throw fucking Tessa Blanchard all the way at the bottom? And Thunder Rosa. Now, I mean, they both, you know, but still. And they have Alexa Bliss so low too. I'm like, what?
That's what I'm saying. And unless they can actually quantify how these rankings are put together by a way that reflects these, because it's supposed to be
Yeah.
according
I'll
to
tell
them,
you.
in-ring achievements, influence, technical ability, and activity through the evaluation period. Sorry, that took a second. And activity through the evaluation period. So in-ring achievements, so title wins, big matches, influence, people being fucking talking about those matches, fucking putting it on their best match list, saying, oh, you make me want to be a wrestler. Technical ability. Oh my God. You want to fucking pretend that half of these people have a higher technical ability or influence than Natty? Like what? And just general activity, which just means being on TV, right?
It's cuckoo.
Or not, actually not on TV, because some of these people
Just
are on this list
yeah.
but never been on TV.
Matches total.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
6 matches in separate months. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's again when you if you're ranking these, there must be a higher value on win-loss record and champions than anything else, right? Because when you look at influence and technical ability and competition and activity, like again, I'm a stand for her until she's done. I mean, shit, fucking Tiffany Stratton, right?
Yeah.
Like she had the title during damn near the whole reign of what this is.
Yeah.
Right. And then she puts on some of the best matches that we've seen, shows the weaknesses in other women by working. Like she showed that
Outward.
Becky can't hold it anymore by working with Trish the way she did. Right. Like,
Yeah.
and so like give fucking credit where it's due. And for Tiffany, look, I get it. She's 4, but why isn't Tiffany 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Like literally 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even like as a wrestler, what the fucking thing is wrestling, she's better than Mercedes. I don't know if she's better than Tony, and I don't know if any character is more broad, like or covers more ground than Tony's character. I'm tired of it. I don't like it, but I see it. I see it everywhere, and it's drawing the attention. It has the influence, right? I can't deny that part. But and it's not like Tiffany has a real character. She's Tiffany, right? On Tiffy time. It's not like it's breakthrough of what she is. So like, watch that. I mean, she's skill for skill. They're different wrestlers, but they're right. They should be 1 and 2. They should be 1 and 2. Yeah, because Mercedes, she's fucking got her own botchamania. Just I don't know, man. Yeah.
Well, also, Righteous Reg. I don't know if you guys know Righteous Reg, but he's another podcaster out there, and he's been doing for the last I want to say 3 years, maybe, the BW 500, which is the black wrestlers. So it's a mix of men and women.
I have seen that.
Yeah. Mercedes is on his number 1, which I kind of get because, the accolades. I've never asked Reg what his qualifications are, but he got the other 2. Actually, his top 5 underneath Mercedes. I don't think she should be 1, but the top 5 is pretty, I agree 1,000%. You've got Swerve as number 2, Javon Evans as number 3, Leon Slater is 4, and then Athena is 5. That's a solid bunch. And the top 10 is not bad either.
Is Naomi number 6?
Yeah, so
Naomi's
not.
She's number 10.
I mean, I wish Naomi was higher on this list. I hear how you're talking about Athena, and we know her skills from watching in NXT, not so much main roster. So like, but what Naomi did, she was only ineligible on this list for 1 month, the month of September. That's it. The entire her stretch into winning the title and what she did, like character driven, to be 9. I don't know, man. Like she should be above Io Sky for sure. Yeah, for sure. She should be above Stephanie too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I will say this: I think Ricky Starks is too high on this list.
Where's he at on that one?
On the women's list?
16. It's a little high, especially because a lot of the year you didn't wrestle, you were riding the pine.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's me talking bad about a favorite. Just saying. So that's
Chelsea Green's at 28. This is bullshit.
I know that doesn't make sense either. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know who's doing this. Doesn't make sense. But you know what, dudes? Whatever.
When I first saw it come out, I read the first 3 and said, okay, I'm out. Like you've got you're already in your own ass about it. You already have undone everything you said. Every qualification you set is not met by the top 3.
Right.
Like maybe Tony.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's hard to argue what Tony is, whether I like it or not, because I've been pretty over that gimmick for a pretty long time, and I think it gets worse and worse every day.
I've been over it since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of the only thing that AEW has.
Yeah.
It's the number 1 program they have is whatever she's doing.
The one I was happy to see up there was Sari. Every clip that comes across Twitter, I'm like, man, I wanted her to work out in NXT, and it never did. But I'm glad that she's doing well, because I always saw in her what could have been on WWE TV, and it never got there. So I'm glad she's being successful outside of it.
Well, I mean, they shot her in the foot by letting her do that fucking weird transformation bullshit, because it was kind of fun and cutesy in a way, but like, I mean, they had no reason to think it wouldn't work, because Kairi Sane has worked. So there's no reason for them to think that a shitty anime gimmick can't work. Right. But I think they took it a step too far, and I think that what are you supposed to do with this? Yeah. You know what I mean? You want us to buy into that she's having a literal transformation as she goes through the curtain? Like, I just want to buy in, and I feel like that no one in the industry is looking for that in a fan anymore. The more I watch, the more I go, oh, they don't want me to. They want me to just play along. No one wants you to just kind of forget for a minute. They want you to forget before you get there. You know what I mean? It's not getting lost in the movie or getting lost in a show or you're lost in a book where you start it and you find yourself lost in it. It used to be like that with wrestling. You'd get there and you'd be like, oh, let's see what they got. Oh, here's two people I don't know. And before you knew it, you were getting excited about it. You were yelling, no, 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 no. You know, now they're here. They're telling you about before you even get to the door, come to play along, put on a costume. Hey, this is Comic-Con, guys. And you're like, oh, that's not as fun. It's fun, but it's not as fun as when you turn around and go, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot where I'm at and what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think that's what shot Suri in the foot is they thought it was going to work, and
You know,
it might work
sadly,
now. I'm honest. With all the other stuff.
Yeah.
there's some weird shit around there. You know, there's some weird shit out there. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. So yeah. Speaking of weirdness and whatnot. Okay,
we go.
we're talking about Tiffany Stratton. So her ex-boyfriend, Grande Americano. I mean,
Mm.
Ludwig von Kaiser.
Know what's wrong with them?
Oh, well, it's not anything wrong with him, but Chad Gable's ready to come back soon.
Mm.
So what did they do? Because Ludwig's been killing it as Grande Americano. He's been killing it. I mean, and when I look at Chad Gable, I'm like, okay, you did okay, but dude, I don't ever want to see him as Ludwig anymore because he's doing some great shit.
Grande. Ludwig.
Yeah,
I don't know who you're talking about with all those, but what
Well,
I will say.
You don't know about Grande Americano?
Well, you're saying you don't. I couldn't tell if you're saying you didn't want Chad Gable to play Ludwig anymore. If you didn't want
No,
Ludwig
I
to
meant
be
I
Ludwig,
didn't
but he
want.
is Ludwig.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say.
I think they're gonna do what they have historically been doing for the past 2 years, which is always the obvious.
Mhm.
We haven't had a solid swerve or any kind of surprise in years.
Oh yeah,
You bring back the other Grande, and then you have a battle of Grandes,
yeah.
and you just play that fucking gimmick. They'll play that out for a year.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
They will stretch that the fuck out,
Oh.
especially with their two minions. Well, now they're caught. Now they're confused about which one they're actually here with. They're going to pretend like they can't tell. They're going to play it the most obvious fucking way and then run it into the dirt until finally, I would imagine, because I think you are correct that Ludwig was never going to get over as he was going.
Mhm.
But Gable was super over. So I think at a certain point, the Gable comes back and Ludwig just stays Grande, and that's what they do with British stars from now on.
Yeah, they got the whole right because it's Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, right?
Yep.
Well, it's not Pete Dunne anymore.
Oh, who is it then?
I couldn't tell because when I was there at Raw, I could tell. I was like, okay, that's Tyler Bate for sure. Who the fuck is the other guy? Because it was definitely not
The
Pete
first
Dunne
time
anymore.
didn't look like Pete Dunne. There was a time where they did the interview with Saxton up in the stands, and it looked like Pete Dunne. And then there was another time where it didn't. So I don't know. It's honestly, it's a waste of Tyler Bate because he's more talented than this. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder who it is.
Yeah. All I know is that it's not Pete Dunne anymore because I also saw something else that people were talking about because I think it was coming out with all the Ridge stuff when he was doing some podcasts. They were talking to him about it and stuff because he's good friends with Pete. And they started talking about how Pete Dunne is
Maybe you should
doing
ask
a
him
lot
for
more
money.
stuff. Yeah, I know. You should have just fucking asked. But he had been mentioning how Pete Dunne's being utilized a lot in the backstage roles, more mental. And that for one, he thinks that's a great role for him, and I would be hard pressed to disagree. But for two, it really made it sound like he's doing less and less in ring. But I can't find a current thing about who that new third Grande is because it's just not Pete Dunne, dude. I'm telling you, when I was there, it's definitively not.
Pete Dunne's only 28. Did he get hurt?
I mean, he might just not be getting over. I mean,
Well,
he might
that
just
too,
be better at
but-
something else. Like it's a little hard to say.
Wait, do you think maybe he should prepare to be not renewed in his?
No,
in his
I think.
contract? Like, it'd be
As
wise-
far as
yeah, like Pete Dunne should like save his money just in case he doesn't get his contract renewed, so he doesn't have to put up a GoFundMe to get money. Probably a good idea, right?
Could be. Well, did you hear Ridge said it was his mom who put it up? And he had her take it down?
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I just
it
assumed
is-
it was still up.
Yeah. No, he made her take it down. Apparently his mom put it up, but also it's kind of like it's still a lot of fucking dumb shit. But
Yeah. That's kind of cool there. Also, apparently, that do you see the photo of all the AEW stars, the ex AEW stars with their belts?
With their titles, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, so we talked about that.
Yeah. Well, apparently, it made Tony Khan smile. Like, really?
Because he's going to twist it. He's going to say, look at all those stars I made.
he didn't make shit, dude. CM Punk was already something. Ricky,
He's going to
Ricky
start
did
looking at himself a little different. Although, did you hear what Jericho said? If we're going
What
to be
did
doing
Jericho
we'll do a he said, she said segment right now and just talk about what everyone else is saying.
Fuck yeah. What do we got?
Jericho said that watching the TNA pay-per-view thing, I don't remember what it was, Bound for Glory, Blood and Glory, Glory Holy.
Bound for Glory.
I think it was Glory Holy.
I think it was Glory Holy.
Yeah.
He said watching that made TNA look like the number 2 promotion in the world, was his words. And he said that it looked like a TNA WrestleMania. He goes, it wasn't like a WWE WrestleMania, but it looked like if TNA was putting on a WrestleMania. And he said, and he's like, sorry to say it, but the AEW shows just don't look like that. So he's starting to trash
Well, he's out.
AEW. Yeah,
He's
he's got to be gone.
Yeah.
The way that he was saying, oh, in 6 months, we're going to have better ratings than Raw has certainly changed the tune to TNA's the number 2 promotion in the world.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to just smack my head.
It's a little fucked up.
Yeah, well, fucked up, but, it is, right? So,
I mean-
MLW's Court Bauer wants to do a show on a river barge. So it's a low budget Jericho cruise, basically, is what you're telling us. I don't know. Speaking of Jericho.
I thought they got rid of Court Bauer, did they not?
No, he's back.
Who's the one they got rid of in ML?
Scott D'Amore? No,
Scott Moore is
No,
the guy.
that was TNA.
That was TNA. I'm thinking of, yeah. MLW is still Court Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I
especially
guess
Wait,
put it on a boat,
is-
man.
No,
Jericho's not
who
doing it
runs
anymore.
Maple Leaf Pro? Is that Scott D'Amore that does Maple Leaf Pro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baltimore's Maple Leaf Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's weird. So the Jericho Cruise almost sold out, and there's nobody knows who's wrestling on it. I wouldn't put my money down for who's on it right now. Absolutely not.
I also thought that they said there was not going to be wrestling this time. I thought it was going to be a non-wrestling one. I thought it was just going to be meet and greet shit. Just a booze
Oh
cruise.
hell no. That's again. No. I mean, the only thing that's good about it is people. The smelliness might be no. Actually, it's going to be pretty bad because you're trapped indoors. Never mind that comment. I'm just going to shake my head about that one. But yeah, so there's that. And apparently Phil Brooks is blabbing his mouth saying that he is grateful for his connection with his fans. So he's grateful for being a dick? That
I don't
sounds
know
awful.
anybody who's met him who said like this was a great thing.
I don't know. That just sounds just awful.
Well,
No. I don't
what
know.
he's talking about is the merchandise checks that he's getting. That's
Mhm.
what he's grateful for. It has nothing to do with actual connection with actual fans. He's grateful that when he comes out, they cheer, they
Yeah.
buy his merch, and he goes home.
Do you
That's
think
what he's grateful for.
do you think he got one of those deals like a Cody or like Roman Reigns where it's a big percentage?
A
the
bigger
cut.
percentage. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think part of what he's saying too is I'm so glad you guys cheer for me without me having to try because you're sheep about it, so I don't have to earn it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was all a PR tour to begin with. I told you when he came back to AEW, he's trying desperately to fix his name because he fucked it all up, right? He fucked up his legacy, he fucked up his everything, and then he's grateful that it worked out in such a way to where he had to put in very little effort for it to fix itself. Now he can end up in the Hall of Fame. Now everyone can talk about how he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Like now those conversations can happen again where they had stopped happening for a long time. So now he's done his PR tour and he's happy that it fixed itself.
Yeah.
With very little effort.
Yeah. So did you watch Raw?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, I watched it today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was
Well,
texting me how much he loved it. Said it was the greatest Raw of all time.
Really?
John Cena's final Raw. Was the greatest
Yeah.
Raw of all time. That's what he texted me.
Oh,
Dude, I
Better
saw
than mine.
people saying that it was that it was the best Raw of the year, that it was one of the best Raws we've had in ever. And so I
Yeah.
was like, you know what, I'll watch it because it is his last Raw, so it is going to draw eyes. They got to put on something good.
Yeah.
It was
It-
okay.
it was
better than some of
actually
the other ones.
exactly
A little less crowd shots.
Mhm. Yeah, very.
And I don't
less.
remember as many drone shots either. Now I think
No.
about it.
Mm-mm.
Might just be smaller in the garden too.
I think
that's probably what it is.
They've been backing away from some of those a lot.
Well, they're terrible.
lately. Yeah, they're horrible. That's AEW.
The only person who should have drone shots is Logan Paul.
Yeah.
It'd be part of his gimmick that he's a fucking social influencer idiot who has his own drone
Mhm. Yeah.
that the production company uses, you know?
Yeah. Him or Matt Hardy when they do the broken one. The broken stuff.
Yeah,
Matt
that's
Hardy's
fair
not
enough.
even
Yeah.
in there. He's not there.
Well, he was in NXT.
Allowed to have drones, Marsh.
Yeah, allowed to
Is
have
he allowed to have a
drones.
drone?
Yeah. And when they were at NXT, they did the whole broken shit, you know, with the Dark State. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we got everybody else. We got yeah. Anyways. But yeah, so I'm curious to know, because this John Cena tournament,
Yeah.
were you shocked by the two mystery people?
Well, no. I thought it was funny.
That they both work for TNA?
Well,
That's
first of all, they both work for TNA.
Mhm.
They both said if they ever came back, they wouldn't use their old names. They fucking did. They both fucking had T-shirts put out that became top sellers right away because people wanted them. And it sounds like neither one of them knows if they're actually going to do more than one show. So it's kind of like it feels like WWE really got one over on you guys, and they lost pretty decisively.
Yeah, that made me happy.
Man, when I heard that woo woo woo, I'm like, oh my god!
You were the only one. Did you hear the
I know.
crowd when that happened?
I'm like-
Here's the other thing.
I was like,
I actually think I think Cardona had a point.
Yeah.
That the name Matt Cardona has generated more interest than the name Zack Ryder ever did.
Yep.
And the name Matt Cardona is more of a draw than Zack Ryder ever was, even at his height in WWE.
Mhm.
However, I agree with the company as well, where if we are going to bring you back, we have IP and a fucking highlight reel of Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder won the IC title. We want to fucking utilize that. I don't think they needed to have the woo, 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 but I do like they use his old song because I love that song. I know he hates it. I love it.
Beginning of the song.
I know it was at the
Woo, woo, woo.
beginning, but you could have met him in the middle, is what I'm saying.
Wow.
You could have said, hey, we're using the song, we're using Zack Ryder, we'll get rid of the goofy woo woo woo, and we'll give you a different logo. So it's not your spiky hair and a fucking visor. But they didn't even meet him in the middle. They said, nope, you're our jobber. Come back and job. Hey, bring your
No.
buddy Dolph along the way because we need another loser on. And I'm like, Jesus.
No, I mean,
They're
but
both
that's
so fucking good and have been killing it. And then this is what we get.
well, that's the essence of Zack Ryder. Okay, if you take away the woo woo woo, and you take away the fucking take care, spike your hair thing,
Yeah.
it's not Zack Ryder then.
That's my
It's
point.
not Matt Cardona, but it's definitely not Zack Ryder.
You make him keep the name, but you give him enough of a makeover to where he can bring in a little bit of weight to the Matt Cardona character into the Zack Ryder character instead of saying, hey, it's the same exact fucking thing from fucking 10 years ago or whatever.
Yes, that's
That
right.
was the problem. They
Yeah.
could have done anything to make it go like, look, he's better than ever. He's actually back better than ever. But it really came across like when Bushwhacker enters the Royal Rumble in 2002. You know what I
how
mean?
memorable was it? You remember it to this day.
I don't even know if he was in 2002. I'm saying that when they would bring back these legends,
I thought you
10
meant
years
when he
after that?
came out to the Royal Rumble like this, got in the ring, did the thing, got thrown out, and then kept going. That might have been 90.
I don't know what year it was, right? But they also called it the Bushwhacker spot when people would get knocked out right away because that was the whole gimmick of that one. But at the same
Famous.
time,
Yeah.
that's what you're fucking.
Legend.
That's what you kind of did here.
Yeah.
You bushwhackered both of them. You said you kind of said it. I mean, it's dude. To me, I know they were both pretty excited about it. To me, it felt a little slap in the face ish. It felt a little bit like we don't see you any differently. This is the opposite of how they treated Cody coming
Yeah.
back. This is not how they
Cody
treated
should have came
Punk
back
coming
as Stardust.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah,
Mhm.
the company messed up. Now
Yeah.
people think Cody's a real champion, and he's not. They should have brought him back as Stardust so everybody can remember exactly where he belongs instead of putting him in some fake place. So if you bring in Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona, you're going to think they're bigger than they really are. They're not.
That's
These
how
were
you
the
make
perfect
stars.
people to bring back. I said on the Terrible Wrestling Days podcast that this tournament having surprises, if it's an Edge or a Jericho, that gives the fans someone to ask to be the winner instead of letting the tournament play out and feel like a real tournament, because we know it is what it is. It's scripted to where it's going to be. But if Matt Cardona was Edge, then you would want him to win. Nobody wants Matt Cardona to win, but it's good to see him because he was around during Cena's run. They have history, right? Ziggler and Cena have history. It was good to see them there. I thought that was perfect to see them there as their people in WWE. That's it. I saw them. They're gone. Sell your t-shirts. Get your cut. Goodbye. They both left the company because they didn't belong there. Cody left the company because he didn't belong there. He's shown you he still doesn't belong there. He should go Stardust it up somewhere else. I'm sorry. It was the
Just
right
couldn't be
people to
more
bring
wrong.
in, and exactly what happened went perfectly. It was amazing.
You couldn't be more wrong on all of that. The tournament's been bullshit from the get-go. There hasn't been a single decent thing to come out of it. There's no story in this fucking tournament to begin with. So bringing in jobbers doesn't do anything for anybody at all.
It's all
Also,
homage.
Cody has proven himself to have done so much more that there is a difference.
What did he
The
prove?
fact that if you want to ignore the reality of the situation, that's on you and not me.
I'm asking,
cannot
what am I
pretend.
ignoring? What did I miss? What
You're
am I
ignoring his entire career. You're ignoring every promo he's ever cut, every match he's
Bro,
ever had. You're
I
ignoring
acknowledge
all of it, and you're just
Stardust.
saying, "I don't like him. Boo, he's out," which is fine. I do the same thing to Punk. but
I
Who
acknowledge
doesn't?
I'm not
Stardust
going to
like
sit here and
crazy.
try and convince you to rewatch his entire career to accept the reality that he's not the same. It's like when people shit on Natty to this day. They still see her as the one who had a fart gimmick, and she's not that. She is the low-key legend. If you want to watch the low-key legend and say, nope, she belongs in WWE as a jobber and everybody's first match, then that's not on me to prove. That's on you to ignore. That's fine. But at this point, we're too far into Cody's actual solid run for us to try and argue with, like, has he earned it? Does he deserve it? Who else should be in that spot? Fact of the matter is, you're just a Roman guy. You wish he was Roman and he's not. Problem is Roman doesn't want to be Roman anymore. He wants to come in once every 4 months and do his shit, which is great. When he comes in once every 4 months and does his shit, he's like The Rock was back when he was finishing up his career too. Roman has earned his spot where it is, which is not an everyday champion anymore. He's not the 3-year champion guy anymore. He doesn't want to be that. And that's fine. But then that leaves you with John Cena, right? When The Rock left, we got Cena to take that spot. That's where we're at. They didn't like John Cena either because he wasn't The Rock. You just don't like Cody because he's just not Roman, and Roman's your guy. And that's fine, but quit trying to undermine him like he's a piece of shit.
You're saying he's different, and he's not. He's presented different, but all the abilities and execution.
That's
is the
100%
same.
of wrestling is presentation.
Yes,
all of it.
and just because you put Pyro and a cape on Stardust doesn't mean he's better than he was before.
All they
He's
did
not
with
better
Roman
than he
was
was
take off
before.
his vest and give him Paul. But that was all he needed, was a different presentation. He wasn't different in any other way.
It's a different
Just
character.
different. It wasn't.
Yeah. Okay.
He was the same everything. It took 3 years for him to build that into a different character. It's just all presentation, which is fine. And you don't want the presentation of Cody, but that doesn't mean that Cody's a failure and that he's not good at what he's doing.
Well, he's not a failure.
He's a moneymaker.
But he's not good at what he's doing.
It doesn't matter if you're good or not. Because
his title run is worse than Cena's. There's nothing happening with him. There's nothing that happened before it.
There's nothing to happen.
Which Cena run?
Yeah.
This last one.
There's nothing. But
Cena had the best title run in WWE this year.
Yeah. He makes money, though. He does. I went to that.
Yeah, so does McDonald's.
And
doesn't mean it's good.
And they sell an individual shirt of his in every town. And they make it really limited to really kind of show this is the importance of Cody Rhodes.
They only do it in some cities, though. They didn't do that shit in fucking New Mexico. I'll tell you.
They didn't?
No.
Rude. Why'd they do it?
Though they did have that cool neon sign looking one.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But it wasn't like a lot of the other ones where they're doing, or like when they did with fucking Brock Lesnar with the fucking Suplex City, every city kind of deal. Yeah,
I'm still a little miffed about the fucking Jacob Fatu one, but you know what? I'll get over that one eventually. No. It is what it is. And I'm also a little disappointed because you know who I was really hoping for to be one of those mystery people? Return of Scotty Goldman. No, the return of Scotty Goldman.
You said last week that you wished it was Marty.
I did wish.
Did you really say that?
Yes.
Why?
The other one had two.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Marty and fucking Scotty Goldman. Not Cole Cabana. Scotty Goldman.
It doesn't make sense. Stop.
Yeah.
Yes,
this isn't a punk fucking tournament.
Yeah, I know. That would be hilarious, though. It's like automatically you need him to fucking have a bye to fucking just beat the shit out of Phil. Oh, it'd be glorious, as Bobby Roode would say. But yeah, so very interesting. Shout out to Javon Evans. He actually held his own pretty well.
It was
Gunther.
That's why I like Gunther a lot.
Yeah.
he has a good match with anyone.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, that was cool. Like, welcome to the big leagues, kid. And he hung. And I was very, very, very impressed.
That's a part of feeling wrestling still that I love so much, right? Mm-hmm. Watching the match. And then the first one to land a chop is Javon Evans, right? He chops Gunther. It's so fucking loud. And I just go, God damn it. Like, I felt it in my soul how bad Javon's going to get chopped later on. Like, it just, I love being able to just invest like that. So having Gunther back is just the best.
Yeah. That was unexpected. I was like, I was not expecting Javon to chop first.
Yeah.
He let
him do a lot. They did a lot together. It was a really fun match for sure.
Yeah. It was
Javon Evans has all the talent in the world. Hopefully he can maintain it with the character, you know.
Yeah. Apparently Ricochet is jealous of that, but you know what?
What?
I'm like Trevor Mann.
Oh yeah, he was talking some shit about Javon.
Talking some shit about him and Leon Slater. Here's the thing, dude. It's that shit that you guys did. They just elevated it to a different level. And don't hate because Ricochet's not, botchy every once in a rare time.
Yeah, that's true.
No, unlike his counterparts. But
yeah, he comes across as really fucking bitter for a dude who decided to leave when they were giving him a push.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the weirdest part to me is that they were giving him a shot. They were putting him in the IC title picture. And according to him, they even told him, we're going to put the IC title on you. Mm-hmm. And he said, don't, because I'm not going to resign. You were about to get that push you've been waiting for. You know what I mean? Like the whole reason that you supposedly the whole reason you were there, right? To work yourself up, to prove that you belong there, to prove that you could main event or that you could get all the way to Mania. And here was your big stepping stone for it. And you said, nah, never mind. It's taken too long. I think I'm going to go back to doing what I already did. Like that's a you call. That's not a them call. Yeah. And that's to me, I think why I get so like confused when I see his post be so fucking bitter and hateful towards it. Cause I was like, you said you left so you'd be happier and you don't come across as happier.
Yeah.
No, you're just the AEW jobber. No.
And there's a fine line now today too, right? Like with the Seth Rollins injury on TV and all that shit. And, the way MJF used to tweet, right? Used to try to stay in character all the time. I think there's enough where we know that, like, oh, he's just being this character. He's trying to be this asshole heel. When it comes to specifics like that, he definitely comes across bitter, not quite character. It's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, I guess he tweets well because she sure can't get on the mic.
No.
I think he's better on the mic by a long shot, and I think that's one of your blind spots too. The way he's got a blind spot for Cody, you got a blind spot for Ricochet. You think that he can't talk no matter how good he ever talks. He's come a long way, and I've been impressed with his promos and stuff that he's done in AEW that I've seen. Well, it's not enough for me to watch AEW,
but a lot of them,
it's right there.
He's getting booed when he tried to freaking talk, so that kind of hid some of that. But
But he's also playing heel and playing it up. But like what Bishop is saying is when you play heel to a different company, there's no payoff. That's not character. You know what I mean? Like you're not talking shit to everyone who's in your company that you could have a payoff with, that you could get a match with, that you might get on TV with. Yeah. You're talking about dudes in developmental who are coming up fast. It's a weird fucking target.
Yeah. That is what it is. So,
Yeah, but I'm not fond of the tournament as it is, and the more they do it and the more the stuff they put in it, the more it looks like everyone's been saying since day one, it's got to be Gunther, make it Gunther, and it looks like it's gonna be Gunther the more and more it goes. But I hope they do LA Knight because it's still an option.
I do. He needs his moment, and it feels like he's getting raped of it every time. Every corner.
But here's also the problem is the moment won't even be a moment. I kind of broke this down to Bishop off air. Yep. There's nothing to win here. So when you get to say you retire someone, it's like fucking Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. If I can't defeat you, I'll retire. I'm putting my career on the line. Then you win and say, I retired him. He couldn't beat me to save his own career. Right? When in like the territory days, someone would get injured so bad they can't come back. I retired him. I kicked his ass so hard he can't wrestle anymore. This is someone who said his last day a year ago. And you're just getting the last match. You're not retiring him. And he even said, that way I can give a younger person the chance to say they retired John Cena. But they didn't. You were already retired. They just had the last appearance. Right? That's all it is. So you don't get bragging rights. But he also is coming fresh off of 3 years straight of losing to every fucking buddy. He lost to Shinsuke, to Roman, to fucking everybody. So the idea of him
to Solo too, right?
Yeah. Solo, Austin Theory. You know what I mean? These are all guys. Baron Corbin's beat him. These are all guys that can say they beat John Cena. So you're not in an elite class of people who can say they beat John Cena. You know what I mean? It's not like the people who beat Brock Lesnar. That's a smaller group, right? Yeah. So you don't even get to just say, I beat John Cena. Well, fucking Austin Theory walks in and goes, yeah, so did I. Right. Okay, you're right. Never mind. Like, I don't know what the point of the tournament is if there's no payoff at the end of it, no matter who it is, which makes me even more frustrated that we're doing a tournament. Instead of doing 2 months of tournament, do 2 months of a story. Have Gunther come back and terrorize John Cena and have him say, I'm going to put you down. I want to be the last face you see in the ring because I want you to know that you'll never get past me. You know what I mean? And then you go, God damn, that dude's a dick. And then whether or not win or lose, it's a story that you give a shit about. This is going to be a cold match with a cold result, no matter what happens. And that's a bummer. And now we have him going into Survivor Series against Dom for the IC title. And it makes me feel like they're going to put the title back on Dom. So he's going to be fresh off a loss.
Yeah.
So I think he's got to hold it. And I fucking feel like he can't lose it at the tournament either. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said this on the latest wrestling version of the Terrible Wrestling Takes podcast. That's the bummer for me when it comes to the tournament. When you just do the math and you look at it, and at the time he still had the Monday, this past Monday on the schedule, so there's 3 matches left. All right, they do a 6-man to give Sheamus and Ray one more match with Cena. Okay. Now you're left with 2 matches. And in wrestling lore, you lose your last match. So does that mean that he's losing his last pay-per-view match and then losing his last match, or if he wins his last pay-per-view match, that guarantees that the last match he's having, the winner is going to be the Intercontinental Champion. So is he going to retire the champion and win and not follow wrestling lore? Or is whoever wins the tournament is just going to be automatically the IC champion because that's how wrestling happens? It takes the sting off of it. Big time. Big time.
That's why, to me, the only real move here, the only thing that feels good is LA Knight.
Yeah.
He's a dude who could use the IC title and a good run. You know what I mean? And he's a dude who could capitalize on it in a way that doesn't come off phony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll say that. But also, when I think of it, it's almost like if it's Gunther and there's the title, it's like you're kind of devaluing Gunther because he had such great runs when he's had belts. You know, it's almost like a total step, like 4 steps backwards.
A little bit,
Yeah, especially because he had the longest IC title reign. And then when he lost it, he kind of just said, okay, I'm moving on. I'm moving on to bigger things. He did the Stone Cold thing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't got time for that stuff anymore. I got more important fish to fry.
Absolutely.
If he goes back to being like, yeah, I think IC title was a good spot for me, then you're just kind of like, oh, come on.
Yeah, you're like, dude, what a waste. What a waste. And LA Knight gets fucked again. You know.
Yeah.
It kind of is what it is as far as that goes. So did you watch NXT?
I watched only the promo.
Okay.
No.
I fast forwarded all the way through the promo and then I stopped watching it as soon as it was done.
Yeah.
NXT is an unwatchable, shitty product, and they are ruining Thea Hale. Thea Hale.
She wrestled with Joe
What is
Hendry.
wrong with her? That's my fucking point. What has she done to deserve this horse shit? Is she trying so hard to be the next Chelsea Green that she can't just have a fucking serious face for 2 seconds? She's been a fucking cartoon since the moment she joined Chase. Before then, she came out kind of superhero Molly Holly style. And I was like, okay, that's a cute little way to start. She'll get out of that pretty quick. She goes to Chase U to be a fucking clown. And then she graduates Chase U to be another fucking clown. Like, she has so much talent. She is so fucking good. And she's willing to do anything. And it's going to ruin her career. Like, no one's going to take her seriously ever.
Well,
it's so crazy to me.
You know, sometimes it's like you got to take what you're given, especially with the women. So, you know, I mean, yes, it's unfortunate that they were wrestling Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But at the same time, you know,
I actually think
it's helping the fans. Really, it's helping her because the fans are really getting behind her.
I think it's a good thing for Chelsea because as much as I am not a fan of the super corny shit, I don't think she's as good a wrestler as Thea is and a lot of these other ones are. So you got to find a spot. This is a good spot for Chelsea because she's not that technically sound. But she is good enough to get through these matches and have entertaining things. And she can emote and all that. So she's found a niche for herself that I think is the key to it. If they try to present her like she was Ronda Rousey, it wouldn't fly, right? If they try to present her like she's a Shayna Baszler or an Asuka, it's not going to work. It's going to fly with her. I think that Thea is so much better in ring that I don't think she has to do that. I think she could be presented as more serious and it could have wings. But
yeah, I felt bad for Tatum Paxley though. She had a really short little run. She lost the NXT Women's Championship. Back to JC Jane it went. And I just don't like that one chick that's in Fatal Influence now. Because it's like go back to just you and what's her bucket? Blanking on her name. I'm like, you guys were better as a pair. You don't need this chick. But yeah, it was great. I love how finally the calling was like, bye. It was kind of mean, but had to be done. Yeah. Yeah. And you really, Javon and Leon Slater, that's all I gotta say. Fucking great. Can't wait for them to have their rematch for Leon's title over at the X Division, I think is what the one he has. That one got fucked. That was a horrible fucking way to do it. Ugh, makes me bitter. But so the promo. What did you think?
So I know you said you wanted. I wasn't going to watch it, but then you said you think that they're turning on him, and I said,
I do.
"All right, I'll watch it."
I do. Well,
I
they
have a hard
started.
time telling though, like, because here's the problem with that: is that was the Madison Square Garden crowd.
Yeah.
That wasn't an NXT crowd.
No,
I
but
got the impression that they just didn't really know or care.
well,
You know what I mean? I
NXT
didn't get
was
the
at the
impression.
Garden.
It was in New York. It was like it was there. So the Garden has like two spots: the big room and the small room. They were in the small room
Gotcha.
in the Garden, and so I think it was just a New York crowd. I'm not sure that the NXT crowd has turned on him so much as the New York crowd just doesn't give a shit because they're all fucking snooty. They all think they're smarter than everything.
Well, I think that at Halloween Havoc, that's where it kind of started. And I noticed it because I was like in that section with everybody was fucking, trick this, trick that. And then here was me, like some guy was like, he's just a pretty boy. That's why you like him. And I turned around and I was like, no, he's actually a really good wrestler. Okay. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when he won, I was like this to all the people in my section who fucking, I said, no. I said, right now, if you don't understand, they're fucking, and everyone loves to say this word, they're grooming him. So when he comes up, it's not going to be a failure. Because I have a feeling, though, because he at Deadline, and I am so glad that I'm like fucking the goddamn fucking center of that row. Oh, and I'm telling myself, don't be sick, because I need to be really loud and obnoxious. I mean, I already am at shows, but
I think the problem is that NXT crowds don't like wrestling to begin with.
No, they
They've
like to
never
be part of
been-
the crowd. They
And
want
they-
it. It's about them.
And Ricky hasn't given them anything to sing. If he had some sort of a chant or a sing, because Oba has a thing where they bark at him, Trick has the whoop that trick.
Yep.
Neither of those guys are as good at all in the ring
No, but
or on
he-
promos as him.
Yeah, but he needs to have a better theme. I've been saying that since day one when we first.
I don't
heard
know
it.
that the theme is the issue either. He doesn't as long as it fit the music or whatever, as long as he said something, he doesn't have anything for them to sing along to, so they don't give a shit about him. They're there to be part of the show, and he wants them to watch the show, and that's not what they're there for. The NXT crowd never has been that way. They want their favorites to be their champion, and they want to sing along, and that's who their favorite is the one that they can play along with the most.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky's just a really good wrestler with a solid look and great promos. That's not their thing there.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to either move on or get something for the crowd to say back to him.
He does need something for the crowd to say back to him. What it is, I don't know. I mean, that's the real hard part with him. But what I'm thinking is the last couple times he's wrestled, he was bringing the Rochambeau back in. He did it with Trick. And my thought was he's gonna use it. They're gonna have him use it. But the question will be when he does wrestle Oba is, can he do that to Oba? I think so. Because
I mean, if he does, it'll get a huge pop because
it will.
Shit, he did it.
You're gonna see Amanda fucking fall over the fucking rail, and I'm like, oops, I'm on the wrong side. Yeah, no. I think that's what's really gonna happen. That crowd's gonna be interesting because it is Texas. So we'll see.
Yeah, so they might like him, but yeah, I think his problem is that it's NXT and they don't like good wrestlers and solid promos there.
Yeah,
They
well,
have
Orlando's like that because the only people who really like fucking Ricky are the fucking three bitches that he fucking blessed. Those are the only people, because they started that whole they had some chant, but it's like, why do y'all have to have these weird sexual chants? Like, no,
they're all stupid, and
Yeah,
half
no.
of them don't make sense for anything.
no,
It's just a thing for them to do.
no.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys saw it or noticed it in when they were in Raw at Albuquerque when I
Mhm.
was there during, I want to say it was AJ's tag match.
Mhm.
everyone started putting up the fireflies.
Yeah. What was that?
They're
They did
bored.
it ag- yeah, they did it again this week too.
Yeah.
Did they?
I think it was during a women's match.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was during a women's match.
They just know that it got a lot of attention when it happened during Cena's match. So they go, oh, we can get a lot of attention. They'll show the crowd if we do it. And they were bored during that match. I mean, the match was fucking good, but I saw it because it started across from me. There was like one kid who's doing it. And so his friend next to him starts doing it. So then like they start to come out and it's like 3 or 4 people are just doing it for like minutes before someone else starts going like, oh, okay. And then it just kind of starts picking up. And I was just shaking my head being like, if you guys put this much effort into like actually enjoying the match,
Right.
the wrestlers give back, the energies move back and forth. You wanted it to be about you and not what was going on. The reason it was special in Cena's match was because he was calling out to Bray, like the reason it's special is because of those moments that make it special and people knowing and keying in, right? This was not that. I didn't even notice during the women's match, but yeah, a lot of these wrestling fans, like I said before they get there, they know what they're going to do. I'm going to chant this when this happens. I'm going to put out my light when it seems like a good chance. Like they want to be the show, be part of the show. They want to see if they can get Netflix to bleep them because it makes them feel more fucking important. And I think it's a shame. Like if they got us, and part of that's their own fault. Like I said, they don't want us to buy in.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. No, I was just agreeing with you because we talked about this endlessly about how that's what I get for interrupting you.
Choking on your own words.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're our words. We've said them on episode 1. It's up to them to entertain us. I hate crowds being a part of the show.
Yeah.
For the sake of the crowd being a part of the show. And the Bray spot's so important to me. Like and I say that for myself. I don't say that to the rest of you, like the listening world out there. Like to me, when that spot comes up, like it did in the Cena match, I cried like a baby. I cried on the rewatch. Like I appreciate what Bray brought to wrestling so much that when I see it gratuitously, I'm like, it's just a joke. It makes me feel the other way.
Yeah.
I can't even enjoy the match, like you're saying, right? They were bored during a good match. So, I mean, not everybody has to watch it like we do, but if you're giving the crowd a reason to do it, that is a you problem. It's a WWE problem, and they've had that problem for a while.
Well, not only are they giving you the reason to do it, but they're not making you buy in. Like I said at the beginning of this episode 1. They don't. I seem to be the only person who goes to a show and wants to buy in. The wrestlers don't even want me to buy in. They want me to play along. Seth Rollins, huge example. He only wants you to play along. He doesn't want you to buy in at all. There's nothing authentic about what he's done in the past 2 years. I mean, so much so that when he injures himself, it's fake. Okay, fucking whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. You're the least authentic guy we have. You don't dress that way. You don't talk that way. You don't get hurt that way. And now you want me to fucking sing along on your command and then boo when you ask me to. I thought you were supposed to make me believe for a moment or forget. What happened to Terry Funk? I can't make them believe that wrestling's real, but I can make them believe that I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now they don't want you to believe it's real. They don't want you to forget about it for a moment. They don't want you to buy in. They want you to play along. And so when you ask the fans to play along every week and then they start playing with themselves, that's on you.
Yep.
Because that's what that whole Bray thing was. That's a little circle jerk, little crowd circle jerk. Hey, guys, let's play. Let's play. They're doing their TV show, but it's time for us to play. Fuck off. Yeah, I don't like that.
I hate that.
Yeah. Well, they did have something sing along for Ricky, but it's like you guys need to change the little chant, okay? Because they were doing, how the Cody Rhodes, they were doing that.
I stole that shit from Europe. That's bullshit.
I know they steal all of them. But I'm like, can we do fucking 7 Nation Army? Okay, like, oh, absolute Ricky. It works. No one wants to jump on my train when I do that kind of shit.
Yeah, that'd be tough to get going.
Yeah, but that's
people a little bit. It could work if you got it to work.
The wording works. Just fucking get rid of the Saints, because most people are like getting used to calling him that. I'm just like, it's Ricky Stark Saints. He's hyphenated because he's bougie as fuck. With that fucking Booker trying to say that fucking Ricky's wearing fake fucking Louis Vuitton. Who the fuck are you, Booker? Shit.
You know, what'd be funny is because I know he would hate it if the
Mhm.
crowd started just doing like when the Saints go marching in, but they're like, "Oh, Ricky Saints, oh, Ricky Saints, oh, Ricky Saints go."
Actually, it could work. Oh, Ricky
It could
Saints.
work.
Oh, Ricky Saints. Oh, Ricky Saints, Saints, Saints. And you
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I want to
come
see if
on.
I can get that.
Amanda,
Over.
get it going.
Get it going at this next one.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
try.
go, if he hears it and it catches on, he's gonna be like, "Oh!"
He's like, fucking Amanda, shut the fuck up. God. I'm like, so I guess I'm not getting a pair of trunks. Oh man, that would. I think people would love that. I'm surprised. I'm surprised no one's done that.
It's your
Well, yeah,
turn.
the NXT crowd. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm shocked. But yeah, no. So I don't know. Oba had actually pretty good promo back. You know, people like.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it was pretty good. I don't like him calling himself daddy. I'm like, oh, we're not going back into this daddy thing, okay? I'm not, no,
Yeah.
we're not doing this. But I don't know. I'm interested to see. I think his accent kind of slipped a couple times. I noticed that. Yeah, I'm like, why are you sounding like a Jamaican? There was a part where he sounded Jamaican, and I'm like, that's a Jamaican accent. Are you making fun of Kofi? What are you doing? What are you doing? My thing is just either do the accent or don't. And if you can't keep it through the whole thing, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying that because I don't like the guy. Obafemi is like fucking that's a fucking dude. You know? Trick? I'm like, oh, I'm sick of Trick. I'm like,
I think both of them are pretty overrated. They're both okay, but I don't see either one of them as the stars that people are trying to tell me that they are. Everyone tries to tell me like they're 2 years they'll be main event WrestleMania kind of bullshit, and it's all like I don't see them there.
You more likely than not in 2 years will see Ricky main eventing at WrestleMania.
I wouldn't see him main event. I can see him on the card.
He's be on the
definitely see
card
there.
too. Yeah.
No, we talked about it on episode 1. You know, will Trick ever be bigger than his song? And I just don't think he will. And that's why I don't put a lot of stock into the coordinated crowd chants, right? Like we were just talking about with, you know, CM Punk, and then the Seth Rollins songs and all this shit. Like, I get it. The crowd needs something to get juiced by, but I don't. If I am not taught to like Seth Rollins, if I'm at a show, I don't sing along to a song.
Yeah.
You know, like it, because that's what you're supposed to do. I will boo him if what he says makes me want to boo. But if he also calls me an asshole, I'm like, no, well, fuck you. You're the asshole. You know, so like it has to work. And I don't think Trick has had moments. He's had moments. And it's just, I just don't think he's going to be above it. And Oba doesn't push himself past who he is. So I think we talked about that too on episode 1, where there seems to be a glass ceiling that he's put on top of himself. Yeah. And it might be because of the lack of authenticity with the accent, you know.
But it could be because he knows something's phony there.
Yeah.
We'll say that Ricky had a nervous look on his face while he was cutting his promo, and I couldn't tell if he was kind of forgetting where he's supposed to go or how he was going to say this, or if he was nervous about the New York crowd. But there's something about him that came across as not as confident as he typically is. And I don't know if that the crowd ate on that, you know?
Well, you know, that's why I was thinking they're turning on him. And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, is he thinking that they're turning on him already?
It could be too. He could have not been getting the reactions because he would say something and nothing would happen.
So he wasn't ready for the New York crowd.
Yeah.
So he kind of like ate it a little bit. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. And that's very like for him, it's very uncharacteristic for him. So I thought, you're noticing that they're not into you, which, you know, I mean, hey, is what it is, right? But I mean, who knows? Like, I've never seen a show in New York, so I don't know. But
also, it's really tough not to think that how you do an NXT matters or not, right? Because there's very few gimmicks that have gotten over massively in NXT that have worked on the main roster. LA Knight didn't work in NXT. You know what I mean? Karrion Kross didn't work in NXT. And I'm not saying that he worked immediately when he got up there, but once they let him do what he wanted to do, it started working because he knew the difference, right? There's a lot of guys over there Johnny Gargano was massive in NXT. Adam Cole, massive in NXT. Those guys didn't work on the main roster the same way. Ciampa, huge in NXT. Aleister Black, massive in NXT. He's not clicking. You know what I mean? Like
Nakamura and Sami Zayn and KO are like the only ones. Nakamura is specifically off of what we were just talking about. His song, over as fuck. Everybody sings along, does the whole thing. They had to change it when he turned heel to make sure people didn't do it. But his execution on the main roster, people loved it too. So I think that's kind of it though, right? But those are, well, I guess you can say Cole and Gargano and Ciampa. Yeah, I guess all those guys were vets too. But it might just be the era too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
they're
even look at
like
the
an era
women.
below. What's that?
You know, even the women that have come over, few of them have had the same exact gimmick that worked in the same way. Like, I mean, Tiffany and Bianca did.
True.
Rhea, Shayna had to switch it up. Raquel had to switch it up for her to finally. Roxanne switched it up. You know what I mean? Like, just it doesn't always work the same in NXT, and typically it does not work the same in NXT as the other one. You know,
Bailey's the best example of absolutely flourishing. Sasha was pretty much the same too.
Yeah, she was the same, and she worked.
She did well. Yeah. Becky had to go through so much to really latch on. Yeah,
Becky,
that's a fair point. Alexa, completely different person from NXT.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Carmella too. I mean, she wasn't allowed to flourish on NXT, and then ended up stealing a year or two of being everyone's favorite wrestler. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, and then you see like Carmelo Hayes, and he's just
it's tough.
Yeah. It's a tough one, and I don't know, but the whole thing with sing-songy things, and I think I've said this on episode 1. I'm pretty sure I have, but like I'm gonna use fucking Ocean Spray. His song, they purposely put that Osprey thing right in there because it's like, yeah, you want people to fucking do along, and I'm just already fuck.
They do that with Mercedes. It has a built-in chant at the beginning of it. They have the crowd chanting CEO and whatnot. And I kind of forgot what it was. There was something when I was there that we heard piped in cheers, and it was the first time I'd ever really heard it because we were kind of where we were in production. The speakers were like right above us, and I heard the cheers coming down. And then we heard the crowd start to get on board. And I was like, whoa, that was fucking weird. And I can't remember what the moment was, but I was just kind of like, wow, that was the most blatant use I've ever seen of that. But yeah, I mean, it's happening more than it used to, I think. They're trying to direct everybody.
Whatchamacallit always had his reaction to his theme. Marty. I hated it though, because they're not fucking... It's every 16th. It's every 16th. Count to 16. It's the 17th note. The whoop whoop.
Luckily, it doesn't have to happen anymore.
Rude.
We're searching for relevance.
Rude. Rude. I need to try. But I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah,
because this did happen. The wrestlers that I know, that actually only like 4 of them, 2 people told whomever, like my mom passed. I kind of subtly had a thing on my Instagram, and Marty messaged me right away, and he goes, "Is your mom okay?" And I was like blown away. I was like, yeah, because he's met my mom. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he always, because he knew she was sick, because he's asked me about my mom and whatnot. So he would always ask me anytime I'd see him, "How's my mom doing?" Tell her I said hi.
Okay.
So
yeah, she's a good dude.
Well, that'll give you 5 less. What the fuck are we talking about from me when it comes to Marty? All right. I'll give you grace.
And you know who hasn't said anything?
Cole Cabana.
Asshole. Yeah. I don't know who's more of a dick now, you or Phil. Actually, you're getting up there. buddy.
Yeah, Scotty's
Yeah.
full of himself. Although, did you see? So what was it? The Observer did their Hall of Fame shit, which is all fucking stupid and pointless.
No,
but,
I don't.
But the readers of his thing, which is like 300 people, voted in Punk, and Meltzer put out a whole thing that was all like, here's his career, and then be all like his biggest failure at AEW, and he like was ragging on him and said like if he had just if he couldn't get over himself to work with Colt Cabana, was more or less what he was saying. And it was so fucking funny to see Meltzer just trash him in defense of Colt. But that was the only thing worth a damn in any of it. So it made me laugh. Bishop, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about going on?
The only thing you texted me that I didn't respond to, because I figured you'd bring it up, was
Becky's stuff.
Yeah.
Man,
the Becky
what
stuff.
the fuck
Yeah.
happened with that match? Was sloppy and weird, and it wasn't all Maxine,
Yeah.
because Maxine
No.
was not great.
Yeah.
No.
She does not need to be the IC champion. But there was a number, like the arm bar that Becky messed up twice.
Yeah,
Fucking-
that was weird.
The positioning in the ring where Maxine's legs are hanging outside of the ring and the referee's got to pretend that's not happening. You know what I mean? Like there was so much stuff. I was like, this was the kind of stuff that used to never happen in her matches, and that's why we took notice.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? She was also, and again, she's a fucking icon to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so frustrating. And that promo that she did in Albuquerque, I liked. I was like, she's fucking fired up and she's doing it. And she did her thing and she left. And she had that stare down with Asuka. I was like, cool, we might get somewhere. This whole segment with her, she was doing too much. Like, way too much. Like, not even in just the, like, I'm a heel, so I'm going to be a jerk. But also just kind of like, you're acting like it's your first time on TV. What's happening? Like, the fact she was, like, cartoonishly in Maxine's face during the intro and stuff. The
Yeah.
fact that she's jumping around on the desk and kicking figures like this is a VFW. Like, it was so weird. It felt rookie stuff to me. You know what I mean? This didn't feel seasoned. This felt like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And that's a really weird stance for someone to take when everyone's already staring at you. You know what I mean? We haven't taken our eyes off you, and it feels like that you think no one's watching anymore. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the problem, is that she feels that it's not all connecting like it used to, and now she's trying to overcompensate. Maybe that's what's going on. But I was asking you because I was like, dude, what the fuck happened to Becky? Because as I'm watching it, I was like, this feels like an Intercontinental Championship match, right? She used to have non-title matches that felt like the most important match on the card.
Most important, yeah. Most important matches, most important stories. We wanted more for her all the time. I agree with you. She's the icon in this household too. I have a hat, 3 T-shirts, and a signed book, right? Like I'm a Becky like stan. Anytime,
I wish that's all I had.
you know.
So much, dude.
I know. Your list is a lot longer.
Yeah.
But in that, it's disappointing. But the only thing I could come up with is the desire to be great, to instill greatness isn't there. Look at John Cena. Like the run or not, he does not go out there and make a fool of himself. He does not go out there to waste a second of being on TV. He doesn't waste a move in any of these matches. And again, good, bad, indifferent for the story, gratuitous, call it whatever you want. But when he does what he does, you are not left questioning any of it. And that's greatness. Becky was so close to that. So close to that. Pre and post child. She was right there with the ability. So I'm not saying that it's a physical thing from having the baby. It's just like she's gone through life moments during this run of who she became to who she is now.
Oh, yeah.
And there, somewhere along the line, the peak hit for her. And the desire to stay up there has gone away. I don't know if she cares enough anymore to present that greatness. And not even in a negative way, just like passion fulfilled. So like I'm on to something new now, but she might not realize it.
Yeah.
You know, that hunger is not quite there anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. You know, that's what it feels like to me watching. because I don't want to say she's regressed, because I don't think she has. You can kind of see those tools. She just looks unseasoned, unpolished, and that's up to her to figure out, right? Natty's in the dungeon 6 days a week and going to Bloodsport. What are you doing? And if it's the lack of house shows and she's not putting in the work, because they have a gym, right? They got a school.
Yeah.
So like she can do the work all she wants all day long. I don't know if it's in her to want to do that anymore. And I think that's what shows to me.
It's like almost a complacency where I've got there. I can kind of coast on this now. I can just have fun. Me having fun is enough, because she has hit all those big milestones, and those not just beyond milestones, but like the glass breaking over and over again. You know what I mean? Like she broke more glass ceilings than Austin had entrances, like she just kept fucking new things, Here, let me do another thing a woman's never done. Like, boom, she just keeps doing it and kept doing it. But you're right. Maybe there is a form of complacency there that's just translated into I'm just having fun and that's okay. Now,
and I think if it was positioned differently, if it wasn't an IC title match and it was a enhancement for Maxine match, she still gets fucked over by AJ Lee. Maxine gets the win. Now Maxine goes to face Chelsea Green for the U.S. title. Like, if it was something like that, I don't think we feel this way. But she's continued to be presented as the GOAT of the women's division, and she's not doing GOAT's performances.
Yeah. Yeah, and even that finish was a little sloppy too. It's so surprised that you got caught by a cross body and that was it for you.
Yeah.
Like
I immediately thought of The Rock when that was his first finisher when he was Rocky Maivia. His finisher was so we're talking 1996 finishers is what got Becky, or 97, whatever the debut was.
Yeah, but she could beat the shit out of Lyra and fucking Bailey without problem.
Yeah.
But Maxine does a crossbody and AJ Lee's out there and fucking forget it.
And she kicks out on 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was shocked actually to see AJ Lee there. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that was a nice little surprise.
I'm just kind of like, they did spend a lot of money to give her. So she's got to show up sometime.
And she said that she signed like a 1 or 2 year contract. She said it was multi-year. So maybe it was like 2 or 3 year. So I've been waiting for her to come out. I wouldn't say it was like this fucking shock the system. It was a nice little surprise. Oh yeah, she wasn't advertised. So that's a nice little put her in there. Now, I mean, it also makes a lot of sense, right? You get the title off Becky. Now you can have AJ versus Becky without the title being flipped around and shit. And you can have Maxine take the Intercontinental title into the back where Julia had the US title. And that'll be that.
Hey, maybe that'll put her on the PWI Women's 250.
Yeah,
there you go. You never know. You
Never know.
You never know with that. But I think that they had a better match when they were in Sacramento and did Raw there.
No, it could be.
Yeah. Partially because it was, Maxine's hometown, but I thought that it was a hell of a better match because I was like, what the fuck is this garbage I'm watching?
I tell you, I watched this match for Maxine. And I think that might be a telling for Becky as well. I'm one of the very, very, very few that was appreciating the Lana growth with the table spots, right? She was getting to a point where this was getting somewhere, and then it just, she got released. But there, you can see the in-ring growth. So I was doing that for Maxine. Okay, give me something to cheer for. Let me see if I can see something in you that would be cool. And I thought she did great. She looked awesome, and I feel like she loves her character.
Yeah.
Right. And I find that to be so fun. So why wouldn't I have fun watching her? And I did that, and I thought it was pretty cool. And that was probably the biggest bummer for me was the crossbody spot. I was like, they could have. She seems more athletic than that. She seems more talented than that. Give her something cool. She's been training with Natty. Let her put the fucking sharpshooter on. You know.
Yeah.
Something like that would have been cool. But.
Oh yeah. Well,
she won, and she seemed happy to win, and that was cool. So again, when I watched for her, I felt better for her than upset at the Becky stuff.
Yeah.
Which again should be telling because of how much I fucking love Becky as a wrestler.
Do you think part of it too is that because when I think about it, if you believe that the last match they had was a better match than this one, and we think about a lot of the matches that have built up to just messes, like the Lyra. The big build up to that, there are better matches up until the last match, and then it was kind of a flop. Do you
Mhm.
think she's trying to do too much in her payoff matches, that she's getting lost in it, or the other people can't keep up in it because she's just trying to do too fucking much?
Maybe,
Is
Yeah,
maybe the lack of house shows, she's just not prepared
yeah.
because it feels like that. It's so unpolished, and yeah, maybe too much for where her capacity is at right now. And maybe she needs to check her capacity and have cut and paste Cena style match, not cut and paste because Cena not necessarily, but like do a 5-move to Doom and be done. Like don't try to put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag if that's all you're capable of right now. So maybe she's only capable of 5-pound bags.
Yeah, pull back a little bit and it'll look like a lot more. I think it's a less is more thing with her right now.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to have fucking Evolution main event every time it's a big payoff. And at the end of the day, we don't need that one. Your last match on Raw was good enough. You know what I mean? Like just keep giving us what's good enough, and we won't see
6 to 8 when it's a payoff. Give us 10 to 12. Or maybe 8 to 10. Doesn't have to be that bad. And you can tell a lot in that amount of time.
Yeah. So you're saying like you'd rather just her give us the old 6-7.
Yeah. So dumb. So dumb. So dumb.
We set ourselves up for that one.
So dumb.
I don't even get it. I don't get it.
It's the disappointment. That's what I like.
So dumb.
Oh god, I hit my D&D crew with a 6-7 last night, and they were pissed, dude. It's the best part. It's the disappointment from the parents.
Well, that's the thing. Like I have an 11-year-old, so it's enough. I get it.
That's the only people I do it to is people with kids. They're like, oh, they're gonna hate this.
Yeah.
I don't have kids and I hate it.
Oh yeah, I think it's the dumbest thing. But I also think that there's worse things for kids to be ironic about. So
What is it?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It's the joy of nothing, is what it is.
Yes.
Truly, what it is.
Someone online was asked, "What do you rate it?" And they go 6, 7, and then it exploded into that.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was some weird sexual thing now.
Not even.
It literally is just the joy of nothing. And I think to me, that's the beautiful part of it, is so many kids are experiencing joy of nothing in a way that I haven't seen in a long time, because they always have to have something that does mean something, or it means consumerism, or I want Labubus and spend $6,000. I need the new video game. This is like, this is literally, you could fucking put out fucking 6, 7, 2 little tiles on their thing, and your kid's going to walk in and start laughing and enjoy nothing. Like, to me, I'm all like, that's the beautiful part of it, is kids experiencing the joy of absolutely nothing in a world where that's very rare. So it's so funny too when you see the basketball games and shit, when the team gets 67, all these kids in the first, I laugh because of the idiocracy of it all. I think is precious.
Yes.
But yeah.
Well, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. So I agree. I mean, it's just silly because it is nonsensical. So yeah, when they're all playing outside and they're doing their things, I hear it through the window 100 fucking times. So
really,
yeah,
I would be
shaking your head like Jesus.
Yeah. But I was just helping him with homework yesterday, and he's in 6th grade right now. So I was like, yeah, when I was in like 6th, 7th grade, and he just goes like while I'm telling him the story. And I was like,
put your hands on top of his hands.
Yeah.
He's going like this, and you're so like,
I gave him credit. But,
children need to find something that's, to bring them joy. They need to find something a little, I don't know, quieter.
Speaking of, before we do get out of here, because I don't know, with TW Thanksgiving being next week, are you guys excited for Survivor Series based off of what's happened?
No.
I'm gonna cry like a fucking baby because Cena, because that'll be the absolute for me in the crowd. The last time I'll see him, and
him and Dom had a really fun match on Raw. So I would imagine they're gonna have a really good one.
They did
because this one they're preparing for. There's a story. There's a bit of story behind it. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna be in.
Ray's gonna interfere. Yeah. He's gonna help John. I'm calling that right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Dom brings out somebody too, because like they're in San Diego, dude. That is really his home turf. I know he's not. I don't know what his health is right now, and I know the last time I saw him, he couldn't move a lot. But it'd be great if he like came out with like Conan or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
just a little nod. Because I do think that, Dom, Cena, San Diego, that is the one thing about the Survivor Series I am excited about. Looking at the War Games match in and of itself, I don't think I'm interested. Like, I'm trying to be, because I looked at it and I was all like, I get it. You have all the muscle here and all the charisma here, but that's kind of your teams, charisma versus muscle. And so I was like, all right, I don't know if I love that.
But if Cena doesn't headline his last pay-per-view,
he's not gonna headline. He's
I
gonna
almost
probably
feel like he's gonna open. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
no,
gonna open.
I don't want. And then I'll be out. Bye. I'm done.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Then you're
Like,
gonna
bye. I'm like, oh yeah, and fuck you, Phil Brooks.
Yeah, you're all like, I'm hitting the road early. I got a long drive ahead of me.
Yeah. I said I don't want to eat this overpriced food in the stadium, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Old
Although
Spaghetti
Petco's
Factory's across
a
the
good
street.
part with
It's
a lot of
okay.
great food, so
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
good options there. It's
So-
depending on what's open, I suppose. But
yeah.
I gotta imagine a bunch would be.
I'm
But I think
excited.
outside of that, I mean,
Yeah.
I think Stephanie versus Nikki's gonna be good. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be much better than we
think.
should expect it to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think that this is a really good way for Nikki to kind of say, yo, I'm not this like bocce Bella or
Yeah,
You can
whatnot.
go one of two ways. Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
a quality send off for Nikki, or the ability to start her quality send off.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what her deal is and how long she plans on being around. I was excited after the Tiffany match because it looked like she has more in the tank. So if her and Stephanie can have that kind of chemistry, if she could beat Stephanie and go on this fucking Divas era, this is who I am, I think that would be great.
Wow.
So I think you guys are right. Like, looking
I
forward
can
to
see
that.
her changing the belt back.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Butterfly.
Oh,
The fucking heat on that. Are you
Oh, because
kidding
now
me?
you have AJ there and
That'd
the
be
whole
good.
thing. Yeah, that would
Fuck.
be really good.
Look at you, Amanda. Fantasy book is some good shit.
I know.
Mhm.
And now if it happens,
You heard it here first.
exactly,
episode
episode
one.
one. Episode one, man. I've been known to book things all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you stoked about it, Bishop? About the Survivor Series?
No. I think. I mean, look, we'll see what women end up in the cage as well, because there's still two on each side they're waiting for.
I don't like
Right.
any of the ones they have already.
No, one
so-
on each side. Yeah, one on each side. I know, and because Charlotte did come out, so they're still waiting on one, I guess, unless they're gonna do 4-on-4. When I was actually surprised that Brock came out. I wasn't expecting that. Because I don't think they did enough to make us feel like Brock would want to be with Paul Heyman in this state. So, and
They
then
released some of the merch.
oh boy, for San Diego.
Yes.
But
I saw
and then
two.
once Brock came out, I was like, oh, okay, so it's Roman, and that being predictable. And then no, I don't like the Avengers on one side and then the Sinister Six on the other. I don't like that setup.
So
Yeah.
it opens
that's my
at 10
point.
a.m. If you want Cena merch, you got to go early.
What did
So
they go
that's
with?
why-
The Padres Brown.
Did they? I don't see that here.
Oh,
But
she's
it's
just saying that
white
they
with-
announced the times on it or whatever.
Yeah, they announced the times, but they did show one of the T-shirts.
Oh, where are you at for that?
The
'Cause I don't
San
see
Diego
any
I
of
went on to WWE.com/shows/Survivor Series War Games. Yeah, I did was I went to Google and I put in Survivor Series, WWE Survivor Series, and then this link
And they
popped up
popped
on
up.
the website, and then there it was. I said, "Oh, Superstore," because I fucked up with Money in the Bank, man. Fucked up that one because there was hardly anything that was there that I wanted. Also, other good news is I've been watching the ticket prices and they're dripping down pretty
That's
well.
a fucking awful way to say that.
Whatever.
Tripping, not a good thing.
Whatever, yeah. I mean, so there's some seats now. The cheapest seat now is 132. That's going down.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of them there. There's this one
Oh,
section
wow.
that I'm looking at. Yeah,
So they have
shirt's kind of cool.
Padres jerseys in the Tony Gwynn style, and then in the new school, old school brown and gold. They both look pretty cool. So
Oh,
they'll
I
probably
didn't
have
see the
t-shirts the
brown
same
gold
way.
one.
Yeah, you have to tell me where that one is because they have the last time is now one with Cena. That's a fucking nice one. So I'm gonna have to get that. It's white with brown and white. Where are you seeing the jerseys? Because if you look at the shop and you look up San Diego, there's 2 different Pro Sphere styles. It's like
So-
mint and pink.
Hold on.
I just typed in Survivor Series on the shop, and it's the
Oh, hold on.
yeah,
Let me see here.
and it's the top right. It's the first 2 on the right hand side, and then they have a third one that's I guess a little bit more old school.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Survivor Series jersey. I've been looking at
Yeah, not seeing it, but the
stuff.
Survivor Series one. It's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
That I will tell
love
you.
that color
That
combination.
well, hold on. How come I
$100
can't
for
see
that
this?
Pro Sphere one.
Do I have to look at John Cena? Why can't I see?
This is always my favorite part of the show when we look up WWE shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we usually do that. We have a
Well, speaking of WWE shop, there are 2 limited
Dude, they did
edition.
mint and pink. There's too much mint.
Wait,
I'm
what?
not-
Where? Oh, and the
And
pink.
what is that supposed to be? Is that
What do you
just
mean?
What
the
one?
mint?
mint and pink? Yeah, like what is the
Miami?
representation of San Diego?
Miami,
I-
maybe?
I don't know. It's
Oh.
just what they called us. They called it their City Connect jersey.
Oh, gotcha.
And so I don't know why they picked mint and pink, but they did. But also the other thing I know about the City Connect jersey is that is done. They're not doing mint and pink anymore. And the teaser video they made about the next one stars Dominic Mysterio, and he puts an old school blue and orange hat on a fucking Day of the Dead thing, like a little mural thing. And then a Day of the Dead like kind of spirit shows up and blows out a candle, and she poofs away into like a dark blue kind of mist. So I have a feeling the City Connect this year is gonna be fucking cool, Day of the Dead style with the old blue and orange is what I'm hoping. But
that sounds badass.
yeah,
I thought
if
they
you
would
look,
do a John Cena jersey.
they still
That
might.
They still
Limited
might,
edition.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
because they had
I do like the San Diego style merch. That
yeah
that
that
jersey shirt's
Survivor
pretty cool.
Series shirt with the lowrider. I want
Yeah,
one of
Gabe
those.
Dama shirt. That's
Oh.
dope.
That's a
Yeah.
cool shirt. That's a cool shirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
They got the title belt in the old school
Mhm.
pinstripes.
pinstripe and
Yeah.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there any
I'm
orange on there?
hoping.
The
Maybe
only
not.
thing is that I'm not going to go inside the Survivor Series. So part of me is all like, I kind of want a
Even
San
if it
Diego
goes
thing.
down cheap,
It will never get cheap enough for me to be able to afford 2 tickets.
what would be cheap enough?
I'm not spending $250 or $300 for me and the wife to get in.
No, but how much would you pay for you and the wife to get in?
Literally less than 200.
Less than 2. I think that is going to happen.
I don't
So
think
like
so because
80
I
a
think I won't.
ticket, 85 a
Yeah.
ticket.
Right, but at the same time, if I end up
Nope.
spending 150 on merch before the show starts, well, that comes out of that.
Well, you need to go. So
You know what's really cool about spending the money on merch? You get a really good seat at home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the front
Yeah.
row.
But I will say that I'm not saying that the fucking front is going to go down to like fucking $50. But, honestly, like I want to give it the old college try. And
You can go because you only got to buy one ticket. I'm not
Well-
telling you don't go. I'm saying fucking don't expect me to be sitting next to you.
I know. And I get all annoyed at people and I start fucking yelling at them. I'm probably going to get into a fight with a CM Punk fan.
Yes, you
because I
are.
fucking hate
That's
him.
why I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you got
I
to
don't
keep
have
me on
health
the journey.
insurance either. I need both those things to sit next to you. More
I-
money.
That's not true. That's not true. Now, if you didn't have what was going on and you went to San Antonio, that would be no, girl. I'm gonna sit way in the shitters because don't want to be anywhere near you. Don't want to be. Yeah.
No.
But yes, if you go to the store, there are 2 limited edition Ricky Stark shirts. Saints. Still
No.
starts to me. And of course, I'm a sucker. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a sucker. But one of them is great because it says absolute gold. And it's fucking him in his fucking bougie sunglasses, but they took off the Louis Vuitton logo and put his little RS thing on there. I was like,
Yeah.
that's kind of
cool.
nice, liking that. And then the other
Yeah.
one has him on it, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right, but they're black. That's my complaint. Can we do it on another shirt?
Yeah.
No.
So we'll see.
All right.
We'll see how much I spend on merch to begin with. Say what's up?
Well,
No,
honestly,
I want to see some pictures of some dope merch
Yeah,
that
yeah.
exclusive
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
So just throw it in
That's
a group
why
chat. That'd be dope.
you have to go when it opens.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of that shit
I'm
sells
now-
out fast.
I missed
I'm
out
now
on stuff when we were in
saying-
Detroit. I saw people with bags. We went the next day, and basically
back.
half the shop was sold out. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's how. And I went at the opening on the Saturday. That's how Money in the Bank was, because what they had, the Cena jersey was a Dodgers jersey, and his name John Cena was like the Dodgers script, and then of course 17 was on the or something was on the as the number. Yeah, it was 17 because everyone's like, oh, that's Otani. Like, well, on this shirt, it's
Oh,
John
yeah.
Cena.
Yeah.
So that's what I was kind of like, that's what I'm kind of hoping for, because I want to get one that's kind of cool like that. But then I'm like, no, I need to say, but I did now change my hotel. So now I'm not staying across the street from Petco. I'm staying at the Marriott Marquis because I can get 3 nights there for not even one night of what I was paying for staying across the street.
That can help you upgrade to the closer seat.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I'm not. No. I'm not paying that. But I did save on the ticket for Deadline, because for some reason it was the seats were all like half the price than they normally are. So I got a bargain and I didn't even get to pick my ticket. It just kind of went. But I paid a bargain for my fucking green shirt guy seat. Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I want to be that person. That NXT is like, that fucking bitch. What the fuck? He's always at those goddamn pay-per-views. Yeah, I'm like, yep. Wait till I show up in my Ricky Saints jersey, my custom one I'm making, like his Stroke Daddy one. Yeah, y'all gonna be all what? I'm like, yep. But then I have to make him one.
No, you don't. He can afford his own.
He can afford his own. Yeah, I know. I'm like, but still.
Bishop, the other thing that we've been doing, we've started as a focus, and I don't know if I don't know if we have a ton of time to get too deep into it, but we've been reading Natalia's book, the Natty Neidhart book, The Last Heart Beating. Have you checked out any of that?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
Did you
it's
see that
great.
she released it?
Well, yeah, because you were at the signing and you sent pictures.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It
look
was
at him.
fucking- Yeah.
I have a library. When we talk in the segment, I have a library. It's the little things, It's the little.
I hear good things about it, or I read good things on
it's
Twitter and
great.
people talk about it.
It's great.
It's phenomenal. It's one of the better ones so far that I've gotten. And I've been reading almost all the wrestlers' books as they come out. Hers is phenomenal. I would say the only thing that at this point is fun, but to me it's slightly annoying because I'm like, hold on, wait a second, is I got to piece it together. She refers to everyone like she refers to everyone. So she talks about Daddy. She talks about Ted. She talks about her Uncle Dave. You know what I mean? And I was like, wait, you know what Davey Boy Smith? Like, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it takes a
'cause-
second for me to
Yeah,
click.
Marsh didn't
She's
pick
talking
up
about
that cousin Ted.
Yeah,
Teddy
cousin
Hart.
Ted.
He didn't pick it up.
It was Teddy
He
Hart.
was like,
And I was
He's like,
like,
what are you
of course it's Teddy Hart.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
That's funny.
yeah, she was like, oh yeah, I learned how to wrestle with cousin Ted and cousin Harry and TJ. And I was
Yeah.
like, who are they? I was like,
been
oh yeah,
calling Harry for a long
fucking
time.
Teddy
I read a
Hart.
biography like that once, and I got maybe 3 chapters in, and I'm like, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
Because you're reading them telling you a story, so you have to read their words and listen to them say it at the same time, and then filter in the mid. It was a mess. So it was tough. But
I wouldn't say that it's a mess in that way, but it's just like I'm hearing these stories and going, and like I said, I was like, I don't remember her talking about Teddy, or
Right.
she hasn't brought up Teddy Hart at all, and she goes, yeah, cousin Ted, and I was like, oh shit, it did not.
I was like, yeah,
And
cousin.
so then I went
Ted.
back and I was like, oh yeah, these are all clearly
Yeah.
cousin
I
Ted.
think she called him Teddy once.
Yeah.
Then it was all cousin Ted.
Yeah, after that it was Ted. And so I was all like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
But it's been phenomenal because she's got all these stories from all these different people and growing up in the business, and you don't realize how destitute it became and stuff. Because we all remember about Anvil and stuff, but
Yeah.
there's a lot there that wasn't in our face, so to speak, right? So like the idea that he had to sell his house and they moved back into the Stu's house and he didn't go with them. And so then it was just Natty and her sisters and her mom in Canada while Anvil stayed in Florida, and all that kind of stuff's going on. And like, you know, they're living off government food and all this shit that you kind of go like, man, I didn't realize that it got that bad. We always knew things weren't quite right with him and he needed the money. And we always knew that he had his issues because he'd be getting arrested and stuff. But to hear a lot of that stuff from her perspective and stuff has been really cool. And we've been doing it through the audiobook because we wanted to hear her tell the story. And in this last part that we went through, because we did the first half of part 2, there was a couple times she's telling a story and then she just starts like giggling. Like she's reading her own thing and she's going, and then you just hear her like chuckle and then keep going and stuff. And you're like, she's having an emotional response to her own book and she's telling it, which is great. There's one in part 1, she sniffles in between something. She's talking about her dad and she starts sniffling. And like, you can tell that you can hear her voice become a little shaky. And I've had other audiobooks, because I'm a big audiobook guy, because I have issues with words in front of my face, as was evident when I couldn't read the one fucking word with PWI. It took me 3 tries to read a word that I know. You know what I mean? Imagine the words I don't. And so I like to hear them tell their story. There's been a few of them I've heard that were almost sounded like cold reads of their own book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is fine. You don't have to like go crazy telling your own story. But it's so awesome to hear Natty read it because she is having an emotional response to her own words. She's reliving it right there with you. And it makes it feel, I said this last week, it makes it feel more like you're one-on-one with her.
Yeah.
It feels like you're just having, it just like feels like you guys are like in a hotel room talking about it. You know what I mean? Like just in a private setting. Where some of the other ones, like I said, the Becky one specifically, her audiobook sounded like you were in a busy cafe and she's talking to you. Like she's very cognizant of the ears listening is what it comes across as. You know what I mean? She seems so much more guarded. And this one feels like there's no guard here. That's not to knock Becky's book. It's just to say there's these different styles in the writings and their stuff. Is that Natty's, I think, digging in deeper to more trauma, I think, and to the joy parts of it, you know. But yeah, this one was really cool, this section.
Yeah. It was really cool. I thought
It was
for
the first
me,
European and Japanese trip.
yeah. And I thought that was really cool. And when I said we had mentioned Sumi Sakai earlier, that's who kind of got with her, with one of her matches was, you know, we dance, or we're going to dance in Sumi's broken English. And I was just like, Sumi, I love Sumi Sakai. And I'm like, I guess she's always really been mother hen, but just to see that and trying to attempt to communicate with someone that, you know, you have very broken English with, I was just like, wow, that's great. But the one story that did get to me, I don't know if you got to you, Marsh, but it choked me up, was she was talking about wrestling with her dad as a tag team.
Yeah.
That
one got producer lady as well.
Yeah. Because it was kind of great to hear, because especially that when she said, that's when my dad, you know, knew. I was like, you know, I was a wrestler, you know, knew it then. I thought that was great. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. She talked about how when it was just them, he was very much treated her like his daughter. And when other people were around, she was one of the boys. And he very much made that distinction. And it also, she talks about how that was when she really started to gain a different level of respect for her dad and what he was able to accomplish, not only in the business, but in ring, the kind of performer he actually is and the kind of person he is there. Like, he was so seasoned and he was so good and he was so charismatic with everybody. Like, that was his wheelhouse, you know. Being at home was the tough part. This was where he was a natural. And so she got to see that and feel that for the first time in a way where it was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of room there for some respect, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's great. I personally myself, this is my first audiobook. Okay. I'm old school. I like to read. But now I'm like, I don't want to read. I read too much at work. So listening it is. And I think it actually brings it to life more. Not like I'm looking at it on, the pages or whatnot, but I think it really brings it more to life. And it makes it more, I don't know, it just makes it more real. Because as someone who's like Natty for a very long time, it's like, this is, you're that fucking little engine that could. And just hearing all of these things and these stories and things like that, it's like, that's why you're a fucking rock star and you're amazing.
Yeah. Where am I in this? Okay, there we go.
Who was it? There was a comment that someone had said some of the wrestlers, when they're talking about Nikki Bella, this, I know, totally random off subject, they were saying that, oh my God, we got into wrestling because of Total Divas.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow. Well, I know producer ladies like that, but I mean, you wanted to wrestle because you saw Nikki Bella on.
I think that was kind of Roxanne's thing.
Was it Roxanne's thing?
She knew how to get to them. I know she used them as influence to. But I think she wanted to be a wrestler before that.
Yeah, I don't think
she
was.
Well, then again, she is that age. It could be that.
That's what I'm saying. And when she was on, I think it was like season 3 or something like that. Like it was a couple years in, and then she was about backstage, or not backstage, but behind the arena, trying to meet some of the wrestlers. And there came Nikki and Natty, and she was like, I want to become a wrestler. And she's like fucking 10 or 11. So I wouldn't be surprised if she'd seen the first season or two and been like, oh, wrestling's cool. And then obviously your taste matures as you do, and probably start seeing the matches and going, wait a second. And then I think it was the Bailey Sasha thing that was like, definitely I want to do this, but that was all kind of around the same time frame,
Yeah. Because I can see that. But at the same
also
time,
at the other time, like I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a Maxine story. You know what I mean? Like some of these women who want to get into it now literally are because of the Divas era and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Total Divas show got them into it to begin with. So that wouldn't be a total shock depending on, their age.
Yeah. I just don't want to hear people say, oh, I got into wrestling because of Sunny.
I mean, Sunny never wrestled. Sable would make more sense than
Well,
Sunny.
Sable, yeah, but but she was there. She was eye candy. Well,
yeah,
not
but she
anymore.
wrestled. She power bombed her dad or her husband.
Well, I know that Sable did that, but like, I'm just saying, people, whatever. Yeah. So Bishop, where can we find you?
Oh, well, you can find me at X at TWTX Podcast and TWTXpodcast.com.
There you go.
That's where you can find me. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
good to see you guys.
Always great to see you. Episode 1. Marsh, where can we find you?
At the bookstore.
Listening.
Listening at the bookstore.
Yeah, listening in the bookstore. Also, people, if you want to help Marsh go to Survivor Series.
Tonight we just dance is what she told her.
Tonight we just dance. Okay. Venmo at Ref Marsh. Because he needs to see me cry when I fucking see John Cena.
No.
It's last time.
It'd be cool to see Dom win the IC title in San Diego at Petco.
That too.
That'd be a fucking cool moment.
That too. But I kind of wish they didn't, and LA Knight win the tournament, and then LA Knight becomes the...
Yeah, but Triple H is sappy. We've been through this. He's a sappy
Well,
booker. Everything feel good moments and shit. And San Diego, Petco Park, fucking Dom winning the IC title against John Cena. That's fucking... That's,
you saw what happened when he won the title the first time. Made him go back out and throw his hands up.
I think Ray's got to be there in some capacity.
Of course.
Capacity. Oh, cheers, Justin. How's it going?
Cheers, Justin.
Cheers to you, man.
But
Does that
mean, Dynamite just ended? Is that what that means?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been on them Dynamites. He's been doing more.
True story.
Yeah.
True story.
We were running against Dynamite, and I wonder, did we kill Tony Khan's ratings? I hope we did.
No, we gave him one.
We gave
Yeah,
him
we gave
one.
him one.
Gave him
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. Because ratings are important. And Dave Meltzer gave us 1 star
Well-
and a quarter. Fuck him. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Uncle Dave.
I already said my goodbyes. What are we doing?
I don't know. What are you doing,
It's not
Marsh?
me and you. It's you and Marsh.
No, I said to Marsh, I know this guy. Go to
That was bullshit. I
WWE
can't believe you
shop.
kicked me out like that.
I didn't kick you out. I didn't touch anything.
It's
I touched
horseshit.
nothing.
Did you guys
Bullshit.
see the letter that that Rey Mysterio wrote to Eddie Guerrero on his anniversary?
No.
No, I saw something happen, but I didn't click on it. I don't like crying for no reason.
Justin. AEW is doing a 3-hour Dynamite and Collision show. I tapped out on the Collision portion. That's rough. 3 hours.
Watch
AEW.
Collision right behind me, buddy.
That is, what's brutal is when they do the ROH tapings after. Holy shit, those ones go on and on and on.
But no, the Ray letter to Eddie. What happened?
Yeah, he's got a long one, but there's a segment of it. I mean, it's all worth reading, but there's a segment of it I've pulled up here because it's kind of made me think about it. Obviously, talking about San Diego and the importance of Ray and Dom. Both of them have done a lot with the Padres in general, too. And I actually took pictures of it before I read this segment. We went to the mall the other day because I wanted to see if they had some of these new, I forget the fucking hat design I was looking for, but I wanted to see if they had it. And we went down there, and the first thing I see is Liv Morgan in the window with a Green Bay Packers hat and a shirt on, and there's no WWE logo. Nothing says Liv Morgan. She's just there smiling, which, she's from Jersey. Why is she rocking Packers? I don't know.
You're right.
But then the other window I looked, and there was Dom Mysterio in the new San Diego camouflage hat, and it didn't say WWE or Dom or anything. It's just, they just acted like they were just models. And I was like, what the fuck? But those guys, they're like born and bred San Diego. I mean, 619 is the fucking music, the name of the move. You know what I mean? Like it's all there. But in this one little segment, and we'll wrap it up. Ray writes, because he wrote this letter to Eddie on the 20th anniversary of his death. He says, when I say you would approve of who Dom has become, Eddie, it's an understatement. You would love it. The wrestler he is now, it feels like a love letter to so many of the things that you made so special. He has the presentation down perfect. The sleazy, no offense, stash. The terrible, no offense, mullet. The ugly, no offense, jewelry and clothes. He's got the shit-eating grin. He's got the innate ability to play off different people like you did with me, Batista, China, and so many others. And I'll tell you the number one trait of Dom's that's a love letter to you, Eddie. And I bet you already can guess what I'm about to say here too. The worse he behaves, the more they cheer. And as you know, it's harder to pull this off than it looks. To be a bastard, no offense, who the fans want to embrace, flaws and all. Because even at your worst, they can see something human at the center. But that's what Dom has been able to achieve. And I was like, fuck yes. I mean, we've been talking about it for a long time, man. Fucking Dom keyed in. We talked about it. I think it was you I was talking to. Maybe it was Kev. And I saw someone else bring it up again the other day because I even said it. I remember when Dom started, and it was the same time Hook started, and everyone was saying like, "The fuck are these two kids doing here? They're just being forced down our throats because they're nepo kids, right?" And you look at where they both come, and this is not a knock at Hook. Hook did probably the best he could with what he had and what his abilities were and what was presented to him. But Dom
support around him.
And the support around him. But Dom took all those same things and I think went further than even he thought he could, right? He keyed in. Talked about it when it first started. I talked about his first year because everyone's all like, he's not that good. I was like, I think he is. And I was like, and I think he's getting it because his first fucking rivalries were Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn and the Usos. And he teamed up with John Cena against the Bloodline. And I was like, this guy is getting a masterclass of what to do in this ring. And he's listening. His obviously his first rivalry was with Ray. You know what I mean? His big one is he got the tag titles with Ray, and then they were there against the fucking New Day and the Usos. Like the ones who have done the most for the longest and who have got their heads in locked in on it are the ones that wanted to be in the ring with him and the ones that he learned from. Yeah, to see that written out that way too was just kind of like, as soon as you like, when I tell you it's a love letter to you, you can't help but immediately start feeling it in a way where you're just like, Dom's the fucking future, man. He really is.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he is. So Justin was asking, Liv and Dom were window mannequins, or is it like a photo?
They were pictures. They were posters.
Okay.
You think they have fucking human mannequins with faces on them, dude? When was the last mannequin you saw? The fuck is that?
That movie.
You ever been to fucking Mervin's and there's a fucking Schwarzenegger mannequin wearing a fucking sweater and a hat? No. Talking about
That
photos,
would be
dude.
fucking rad. Oh my god.
What's
That's
going
like
on
selfie
with
moment
Justin?
right there.
How drunk did he get watching? All he has is Mountain Dews, and this is what's happening. Oh, actually, I think he quit the Mountain
He
Dews.
does water now, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just watered
water.
up. He's all watered up and loopy.
He had to watch AEW.
That'll do it.
You know, that does it sometimes.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah. So
yeah, I want to
guys,
throw it out there.
Ref Marsh wants a lot of merch. Okay, there's a lot of good shit. He's lucky that he gets his hometown in an actual real hometown shirt that looks fucking rad. Having a jersey, I didn't get shit. Didn't get shit. But I will say, I'm excited to see one of Cena's last matches because, as an adult, the first time I ever went to WWE as an adult, because I went with my grandfather when I was a kid and saw WWF. Yep, AEW will do that to you.
Yeah.
The first one I went to, that was when I grabbed John Cena's ass with 2 hands. Everyone's shaking their head. You know,
It's your
then
proudest
I learned
moment.
that you don't do that. But he didn't mind. He winked at me, so I'm like, okay, that's cool.
I got to see his entrance once.
I've seen it
once at a house show, and that was it.
Really?
And it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
This
Got
will
to
be
see him
nice.
wrestle once. It was cool.
Yeah.
The thing
this'll
is,
be
too, I've never
nice.
been to Survivor Series at all. And the only SummerSlam I went to, Cena faced Roman. So
Yeah, so this is my Money in the Bank's not one of the big four, right?
it's one of the big five, yeah.
It's the
Big
five.
five? It is.
It is the
Oh,
five.
that'll be 2 of them in 1 year.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
of them in 1 year. Kind
So-
of rad. Well, I got to get my feeling. Oh, yeah, because I can't count Mania because I didn't go to Mania.
You said
2
you got to get your fill in like you're talking about Punk.
Yeah, that's what I thought was happening.
But I heard too.
Oh,
it was
hell
crazy.
no.
I was like, why would she say it that way? She
Why
didn't say
does
anything.
Why does Punk
Yeah.
have his own? Like, I'm looking at this merch again. Why does he have his own Survivor Series shirt?
Because it sells.
A Survivor
sells.
Series,
People
and
will
you
buy
have
it.
to put the fucking Chicago bullshit on it. We're not in Chicago. No. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yep.
Fucking I hate that guy. God, I really want a good chance to fucking boo him. Yeah, I really do. And then I wonder, am I really that loud? If I'm loud, if I'm sitting like in the 3rd deck or 4th deck or whatever in the Bob Uecker seats, could you hear me and my disgust for Phil Brooks?
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you let me know.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, you're not going to see me, but is what
Maybe
it
I'll
is.
hear you.
Yes, so you guys can find me, at Ms. Amanda Jane, Instagram, X, and all that fun stuff. You will see me. Actually, I can't believe it's going to be through. Oh God, almost 2 weeks to deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to
But
back.
you'll see me because
Yeah.
I'm sitting in Green Shirt Guy's seat. I don't think Green Shirt Guys goes to NXT because I haven't seen him at the last couple pay-per-views, but I have his seat. So I will be hard cam, front row in the middle. You'll see all of my reactions. My goal is to get Oba to yell at me, but I won't take that shit because I don't take it from anybody. So yeah,
That's
it's
the worst
Ricky
goal to
Wishman.
have. I've never heard a worse goal.
Yeah, don't go.
Did
So,
you
guys-
have you ever gotten to keep any of your chairs when you've been going to any of these?
No, NXT doesn't let you. They don't do the chairs.
Not anymore is what you mean, because they let me keep mine. So
Yeah, not anymore.
Uh,
Not anymore.
right.
But my thing is, when you're paying $5.95. I did twice. So No Mercy, Halloween Havoc.
Were the chairs even special chairs?
No,
Oh man, well,
they were regular chairs.
that's
My
because no
chair
one goes.
at No Mercy.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, can we get a fat girl a good seat that she's not going to fucking break it and look like an asshole? Yeah. Come on, people. No, they don't do that. They didn't even do it at Stand and Deliver. I wasn't the front row, but I was by the front row. But yeah, they didn't do that there. So the big thing is the poster.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm all about that.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers.